Okay, welcome. Let's see. This is my philosophy class on Plato's Cave. Let's see. I feel like it's just all my face. This is. Let's see. Elaine, how are you?
Hey, I'm alright. What about you?
I can't complain. Life is good. Well, what's the good news?
What's the good news? It's the weekend.
Hey, yeah, can't complain about that. Right? You got any big plans?
I'm going to party tomorrow evening,
Right.
except that I'm just gonna rest because I had a crazy week.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to chill out.
Hey, I can't blame you there.
What about you?
My family, we're having a family get together, so I'm looking forward to that. Right after this class, I'm going down to my parents' house, so it'll be good. Yeah, quite excited.
Nice.
So then let's see. Then we've got Koji. Koji, how are you?
Hi there. Hi there. Hi Eric. Nice to be here.
Yeah, it's good to meet you, Koji. Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Isso aí. Okay, where in Brazil?
Yes, I'm from São Paulo city.
Oh, good deal, São Paulo. Okay, I love Brazil. I think it's gorgeous. I lived in Curitiba.
Oh, very
So,
nice. Yes,
yeah.
I know there. Very
Yeah,
nice
it's
place.
good. So tell me, Koji, why are you learning English?
I'm learning English for business purpose, and also I enjoy the culture. I like to watch films, to read books, and so on.
Oh, good deal, good deal. So what's your favorite English movie or TV series?
Ooh.
Hard
The last
question?
TV series I watched, yes, it was one series about two brothers who play basketball.
Okay.
I forgot the name. One Tree Hill. One Tree Hill is the name.
Okay. Okay.
It's an American series. Yes, very interesting. I like it a lot.
Okay, well, good. I've never seen it. It's something I will have to watch. So that's
Yeah,
good.
it's interesting. Yeah, they explore a lot human interaction and emotions, and this is it has a very good soundtrack.
Oh, good. I will check it out. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Well, good. Okay. Well, Koji, I'm glad you're here today. Let's see. Then we've got Eric. Eric, how are you?
Hello, fine, thanks, and you?
Good. There's two of you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good. Well, good deal. Well, welcome both of you. Where are you guys from?
Mexico.
Mexico. Okay. Good. All right. And why are you guys learning English?
Why not?
For
Why
fun?
Okay. I think
Yeah.
that sounds good.
Yeah.
Are you guys brothers?
No.
No.
No? Okay. Good, meaning, yeah, there's three Erics now. Good, okay, so we've got Eric and then Eric. Okay. Let's see, then we've got Fabio. How are you today, Fabio?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
Can't complain. How are things going over in your corner of the world?
Not too shabby. It's okay. We're expecting to be freezing cold in the next days, but
Yeah, I think it's going to start snowing here any minute where I'm
yeah.
at.
But the fact of the matter is that I live by the seaside, and they are predicting snow even here, so it's going to
wow.
be very cold. Yeah.
That's too bad. That's too bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Fabio, I'm glad you joined us. Then we've got Huyen. How are you today, Huyen?
Hello, I'm fine today.
Good, good. What's the good news?
Not yet. It's just the morning.
Just morning. Okay, so you're yet to make the good news, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Does this? I feel like I'm uncomfortably close to the mic or the webcam. I feel like my face is huge. Let me see if I can make this a little.
Perfect.
That's perfect. Okay, I'm gonna see.
It's closer now.
Yeah, maybe that's. We're on a different computer day today. Let's see. Okay, that looks a little better. Hopefully. Okay, good. Well, let's see. Huyen, do you have any plans today?
No, just lazy weekend.
Lazy weekend. There you go. Good deal. Good deal. Okay, then we've got Mina. Mina, how are you today?
Hey, I'm fine. It's 2 a.m.
Oh my gosh. So you're up in the night? Right.
Yeah,
There you go. How was your day?
it was great. It's Friday.
Good deal. Did you do anything fun?
I went to the church and I played some PlayStation.
Mm-hmm. What did you play?
Then PlayStation, we have this corner for PlayStation to make young children play PlayStation and Xbox and Wii and this stuff, you know.
Okay, interesting. Interesting. Well, good. Well, good, Mina. I'm glad you're here. Then we've got Momo. Is that correct, Momo? Momo, can you hear me? No, Momo. Okay, let's see. Wolf, how are you today?
Fine. And you, Eric?
Good. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How has your day been?
Yeah, it's okay. I bought lottery ticket. Wish me luck.
You did what? I'm sorry?
I bought lottery ticket. Wish me luck.
Okay, you bought lottery ticket. Okay, good. For how much money are you talking about winning?
I'm not really sure, but it's good. I think it's going to save my life. It's enough to save my life. Wish me luck.
Okay, I will wish you luck if you send me $500 if you win.
Oh, thank you very much.
No, best of luck.
Thanks.
I hope you win. Well, good, Wolf. Okay, then E, how are you doing today, E?
Just morning.
Are you still yawning? Are you just getting out of bed?
Yeah, I'm bed.
Good deal. Did you dream? Did you have any good dreams?
No, I sleep very well without dreams.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, you guys. Well, we're gonna start here in a second. Did everyone get my link that I have shared?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Let's see. Perfect. Thank you, Yi, for sharing that. I was just about to do that. Okay. So today we're going to talk about Plato, a philosopher named Plato, a little bit. We're going to talk about his allegory. Right? Plato. He is one of the original Greek philosophers. One of the I guess guys that started it all in a way. Okay. So let me show you guys a nice picture of him. Go here. Oops. So as you guys can see, he looks stoned. Right. He looks solemn and stoic. There you go. Okay, good. So this is going to be Plato, and we're going to talk about one of his allegories, right? That he talked about, called it's Plato's Allegory of the Cave, right? So we're going to read a story together, we're going to follow it together, and then we're going to talk a little bit about knowledge, right? Because the point of what he wants to get at today is there's certain types of knowledge, things that we can know, okay? And I will probably ask and interpret it in a different way than Plato originally meant it to be, but I think it should be fun, okay? So let's go ahead and actually, we'll just get started. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so this time we're going to have people be able to take turns, but I will go ahead and read the first part, okay? So let me see if I can zoom in here. Can you guys see that okay?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. So Plato was a famous Greek philosopher who had a great influence on Western thought and civilization. Follow one of his thought-provoking arguments here, which encourages us to think intelligently for ourselves. Okay, so we even got pictures in this story today. This is, I went all out on this lesson. This is big. Okay, so can I have someone read this paragraph for us?
Can I?
Please, go ahead.
Okay. Imagine a group of people sitting in the gloom of a cave. They are prisoners, bound by their hands and feet, unable to move freely. All they can do is sit in a line and look straight ahead at the wall of the cave.
Good, okay. Any questions here? Okay, no questions. Let's go next here. Okay, can someone read this paragraph for me?
Now imagine that you are one of those shackled prisoners. However, you don't know you are a prisoner because you were born in the cave and it's the only life you had ever known. Because of the darkness of the cave, you cannot even see the other prisoners, although you know they are there, because you can talk to each other.
Perfect, perfect. Okay. Any questions on this part? Do you guys know what shackled means?
Covered.
Like in chains?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, in chains or in cuffs, you're tied down. Good. Okay. Okay. We'll go to the next one here. Can someone read this paragraph?
Could I?
Please, go ahead.
Every day on the cave wall in front of you, you see ships pass back and forth. You and your fellow prisoners recognize these different ships and give them names such as cat or tree or girl. Amongst yourselves, you see who can be the best at telling which image will come along next. You are satisfied with your life because you cannot imagine anything different.
Perfect. Good. Good. Okay. Any questions here?
Yeah.
Okay.
What does you see who can be the best at telling which? Oh, you can find someone to tell you which image will come along next. Next, can you explain it, please?
Oh, okay. Yes. So again, he's saying, imagine you're in a cave, right? And you see these images pass by, right? So something is making these images pass. And so he says, here, you and your friends, the people that are next to you, right, are trying to guess at what image will come by next. Does that make sense?
Yes, great.
Okay, good, good, okay. So we'll move on. Okay, can someone read this paragraph?
But unknown to you, your life in the cave is not a full picture of the truth. If we look behind you and your fellow prisoners, we can see that the walled roadway passes through the cave. People carry life-size cutouts of objects such as cats, trees, or girls along this path.
Good, okay. Any questions here?
What does life-size cutouts?
Oh, good, okay. Life-size cutouts. Okay, so, okay, see here how they've got that picture, that cutout, that image of a cat and a tree that's passing? Okay, yeah, so that'd be
figure.
This is a cutout, right? A cutout of something. And when it's life-sized, right, that actually doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? Because I guess if you had a life-sized tree, it would be the size of a tree. But this is the actual size of a cat, right? This is not an actual tree, but that's what life-size should mean. Okay, then we'll go on to the next one. Okay, can someone read this part?
I will. If we pull back, can see a burning away firstly. This fire creates shadows of the line-sized cutouts that are carried across in front of it. It is these shadows that you and the other prisoners are watching on the cave wall. What you think is true is actually only a flat, shadowy copy of reality.
Good, good, perfect. Any questions here?
I didn't get it.
Okay, so I will explain here. So what he's saying, right, is you can see in this here, we look back further, now there's a fire, and the fire is the thing that's creating those shadows, the images to pass, right? Does that make sense? And he says,
Yes.
yeah, so what he's saying here is, we go here, you think that these things are real things because you don't know any difference, right? But in reading the story, we find out that they're all fake images created this way. Okay?
Got it.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, can someone read this one?
I can read.
Please.
Now imagine you're suddenly freed. Is that correct?
Yes, suddenly freed.
Now imagine you are suddenly freed from your chains. You stand up and turn around for the first time. You cannot understand what you are seeing. The bright light that dazzles you, clear objects and people that before you had only seen in gloomy shadows.
Good, okay. Good. Oh, actually, sorry. Any questions on this one?
That story starts to freak me out.
Starting to freak you out. Okay, good. All right. It only gets worse. Okay. Can someone read this part? We're almost finished.
Confused. You walk past the fire and the walked roadway and towards another light, and you find yourself outside in fresh air and daylight. The darkness of the cave have been left behind, and for the first time in this new outside world, you see colors and shapes. How terrible to have only seen shadows before.
Good, perfect. Okay, any questions on this one? Okay, no questions? Okay, can someone read this paragraph?
I will.
Please.
Now your eyes have adjusted to the light. You look up and see the sun shining brightly in the sky. You begin to think, if the fire in the cave was responsible for creating those shadows on the wall, then it must be the sun that brings this better world to life.
Perfect, good, okay. Any questions here?
Yeah.
Yes. What's your question?
No, it's just very interesting, this part.
Yes, okay. And so now we're getting to the end here. Can someone read this part?
Yes.
Okay.
Realizing that you have been living a lie and have only been watching a shadow play, you rush back to the other prisoners to tell them the truth. But they laugh at you and do not believe what you say. How can they? They have never seen anything but the inside of the cave and the shadow protected on the wall.
Perfect. Any questions here?
I got one. What is the relation between the sun and the fire in the prison, which it was, making shadows or cutouts?
Okay, that's an excellent question, and we'll talk about that in just 1 second. Can we wait just a bit?
Sure.
Okay, good. Yeah. So let's go ahead and finish this up, and then we'll get to that because that's great. Okay. Okay. Can someone read this part, the last paragraph?
Can I?
Please. Okay. Go ahead.
So you see, my young student, we must strive hard to look beyond what seems obvious at first. Knowledge and truth comes only with effort, like having to clamber out of a rocky cave, perhaps to be dazzled by the light. There are greater truths and ideas still to be found, and once you find this outside world, you will never want to go back to live the lie of life imprisoned in the shadows.
Perfect. Okay. Any questions on this one? Okay, so let's go ahead and return. Okay, so that question that was asked, right? What is the difference between the sun and the fire, right? That was in there. I think there's several things that we could pull from this, and actually, I want to ask you guys, what do you guys think that means? What is this allegory about? What would be the difference between the sun and the fire?
I think the story, it seems to me, it's like a matrix. We shouldn't believe what we saw, because these things not really seems what we are really think of it. It's different. We shouldn't believe what we saw. There might be, I don't know, hidden the truth or something like this.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, so it could be like the Matrix. Yeah, because I guess if we could all be in the Matrix, and that would be the fire. And if we got unplugged, now we see the sun. We see what things really are. Okay, good. Okay. Any other thoughts or interpretations?
I can see the same idea, many words at the same time, and the sun is a fire, outer fire, a fire outside, and maybe we have another fire after the sun, and after the sun, and after the fire.
Oh, okay. So you're making it even like a deeper thing, right? So maybe there could be even a deeper level of understanding it, right? So I guess maybe, again, that person leaves the cave and sees everything with the sun, but even still, he's not seeing the truth still?
Everything.
Yeah, okay, yes. Oh, that's
the truth maybe is distance, is far, yeah.
That's good. I like that. I've never thought about that way. That's good. Okay. Any other thoughts?
Maybe even if you lived your whole life learning things and get used on things, you should always try to find the truth, or don't ignore the sun, or don't ignore the truth. You might find something new, and you might figure out that all your bad past was just a mess. So don't ignore it, and get ready to get your life get upside down anytime. Don't be stubborn, something like this.
No, I think that's good. Yeah, so maybe be willing to accept that some things you see are illusions and they're truer things, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, guys, any other thoughts? Go ahead.
I think that because I remember that Allegory of having studied it, and I think the main focus was not really the guy going outside and finding the sun, but the problem that he had going back inside and trying to free the prisoners. And that was a problem, first of all, because if I remember correctly, one of the main issues was that in order to get back in the cave, first of all, he had to readjust his vision, which wasn't that clear. So it will take some time, and the risk was that the prisoner inside did not believe the guy, and he actually might have been killed trying to tell the truth. And this is something which I remember clearly. Even it's it reminds of the not reminds, it directly recalls the process which Socrates went into, and Socrates was the if I'm not wrong, was one of the masters of Plato's. And basically Socrates was killed because from Plato's point of view, he was killed because he was trying to bring the truth to the people in Athens, and that's the reason he was killed. So that's just what I recall. But
no, that's perfect. That's exactly it. Yeah. So Plato, right, he was one of the students of Socrates, right? He saw his master, right, a great thinker, right, go around and share these philosophical ideas, and eventually he was killed, right? And so what Plato could understand this cave, or what he would try and say is is that sometimes people, right, they're so used to seeing illusions, right, just pass by them. And then some people escape and they see what is really true, what is reality, right? And then they go back to the other people and they say, okay, what you guys are seeing is false. This is not true. This is what reality is. And then exactly as Fabio said, yeah, people like that sometimes can get killed, right? So again, I think this is a good interpretation. I think there's some other ways that we could look at this, but I want to explore that one, okay? Let's talk about philosophers first, okay? Because I think this is, since we've done a couple classes on philosophy, do you guys think that some philosophers have a better grasp on what is true than the rest of the world, or no?
Grasp?
Yes? Why?
Would you rephrase it?
Oh, sure, okay. So, do you guys think that philosophers, right, know certain truths better than normal people? Or are they crazy?
Maybe they have their own opinion of the truth, because I think truth is more relative than absolute.
Okay. So maybe they have their own point of view that's not the truth.
Yeah, they think about everything. They're not just like ordinary people, just want to work and get back and get some rests and sleeps and have fun. They are not just living their life this way, a routine. Yeah.
Okay, good. So let me ask, let's make it a little deeper here, right? So there's philosophers, and then let's talk about maybe religious thinkers, right? So maybe prophets or priests, right? Or people that have religious experiences, right? So what if they saw the sun, right? People that have, let's say they saw God or they saw angels, right? They saw the sun and they're coming back to the rest of us and they're saying, this is what truth really is, right? Do you think that's the case or no?
No, that's not the case.
Not the case.
No. I think there is a main difference. I'm not really comfortable with the whole philosophy subject, but from my understanding, what the philosopher tries to say is that is trying to, as someone else said, is trying to tell what is his point of view and his general view of life, but it's not. Well, first of all, it's not telling you that you have to live this way because if not. Well, there is always an if not, but it's always consistent with this point of view. When we're talking about religious beliefs, there is always a different if not. If you don't believe, generally speaking, you're going to die in terrible ways, and even after you're dead, you're still going to suffer. So it isn't really someone trying to talk about is meaning of life actually, but it's someone telling you what is life,
right.
So I mean that's my understanding of that.
No, I think that's good. Yeah, and I don't want to make this too controversial, right? What I do want to talk about though is that perhaps there are some people that know truths that the rest of us don't, right? So like he's saying, maybe there's some people that have seen the sun and the rest of us see illusions, right? Or are we all equal as far as what we can know?
I agree with Eric, who said that the truth is relative. But philosophers have some toolbox that helps them to think about some things that we normal people are not used to do. So I believe that they have more knowledge about some things that we don't know, as mathematicians know math more than a psychologist and and biologist know more biology than a chemical and so forth. So philosophers have some different knowledge that we normal people don't have, but not the truth, only one truth. No, I don't believe that.
Okay, no, I think that's good. So maybe just how a chemist will know more about atoms and chemical reactions, a philosopher could know more about certain things, right? But on that same vein, right? So
In
maybe
the story,
go ahead,
sorry,
Wolf.
yeah, in the story, I think it's a good story because I think this end of the story is I don't know name of the philosopher. He indicates power of knowledge. Is knowledge important? I think everybody need to use I mean their brain. But I think it's a story about against the rules, against the system. For instance, everybody watching TV, but in the TV, I think is 90% or 80% is not true. Is that some people hiding the truth from people. I mean, look at the crisis in 2008. A lot of economists know before the crisis. They knew the crisis is coming. But they hide the crisis. Some people know, but some people hide the truth for their benefits. I mean, everybody knows. I think it's people like a drug. They don't want to wake up their condition. I think I don't know. It's easy because they are I think like a lazy. Because it's some people really powerful influence on the people because for normal individual don't really powerful because you can't really influence other people, but some people have a really powerful tools like a TV channel, media. I don't know. They use these tools to influence the other people, and they hide the truth, and they shape the truth in their benefit.
No, I think that's very good, Wolf. Yeah, and again, I think maybe there's a point that maybe some people are lazy. They don't want to know. They don't care to know, right? So maybe as far as the cave, right? You go out in the sun and it's really bright, and you don't want to deal with it, right? You don't care about what could be the truth.
I heard the other part of the story.
Go ahead.
It says that the guy who saw the sun. Well, when they came back with the other guys, they laughed at him. And for example, it was really overwhelming for him, and he decided to get in chains again to not see the truth.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting. So again, maybe if you discover a truth and no one agrees with you, right? How do you deal with that? That's good. Okay, any other thoughts?
People, I think, is scared to discover the truth because they don't want to discover the truth because they want to make their life is safe. They want to make their future is safe. For that reason, they don't want to wake up their dreams, because if they wake up their dreams, maybe they're afraid of lose what they have got. They afraid of losing their positions. Maybe I don't know. I think I don't know, afraid of losing kind of things.
Okay. So do we? If you know something true, do you have a moral obligation to tell other people?
Is it something absolutely true, or is it true for me?
Well, what would be the difference?
Well, to me, there wouldn't be any difference. I'm just asking.
I guess if you thought.
So yeah, but to me, there's no difference. So that's a pretty stupid question. But yeah, okay, I see your point. Okay. Well, I think if I believe it's true, yeah, I mean, I'll be compelled to tell the others, even, especially if I think that the lack of knowledge is damaging the society as I believe it shouldn't. I don't know if I make any sense.
Say it again one more time.
Well, I think I should be compelled to tell the other people my truth. Let's put it this way, especially if I think that the lack of knowledge from the others is damaging, the others.
Okay, yeah. So if them not knowing hurts them,
yeah,
then I need to let them know. Okay, good.
Yeah, but okay, you just say whatever they want if you know the truth. But what if someone wouldn't let you? For instance, because you are saying the truth, you are saying the truth to other people. This truth damaging other people's benefits. I mean, powerful people's benefits. Because maybe they, I don't know, put a lot of pressure on you. They try to give up to explain your thoughts to other people. They try to prevent you. I don't know, like a pressure. They try to suck your job, and I don't know, they blackmail or use kind of things.
This doesn't really matter. I mean, we're talking about if you feel compelled to tell the truth. And I would, then probably, I don't know, there might be a situation where I am, what someone else or somebody else try to avoid me speaking, but that's another point, Now, another good point would be if I would be in danger telling the truth, and knowing it beforehand, do I still feel the same way? That's another issue.
Good. Okay. Let's see. Elaine, did you have something you were going to say? Because if not, I'm going to.
Me?
Yes. I saw you come up for a second. What did you want to say?
I wanted to say that if you know the truth, you should be able, when you come back to other and then you want to express your ideas, you want to be able also to listen to what others have to say, and even though they might be against what you're saying, you should be able to tell them that to accept that other people has another point of view as well.
Okay, so you need to, I guess, respect that other people can feel certain ways, but you feel a certain way.
Exactly.
Okay.
But
so go ahead.
Just one thing. But okay, in 2008, the crisis is a collapsed economy. But there are a lot of economists know the crisis before the crisis, but they didn't tell anybody because I don't know why. I think they try to protect for their own benefit, but it's complicated because what would you do if you in that position?
Right. Because I guess there's a gain. I guess you put a price on truth, right? So maybe it's not worth sharing the truth if you can make this much money. Let me ask you another question here. Okay, so going back to the relative idea. Okay, so for example, I feel a certain way, you feel a certain way, and maybe what I feel is my truth and what you feel is your truth, right? But there are certain things that I know better as truth, right? So for example, I know what it is to feel or be Eric better than all of you except for Eric. Eric as well. Eric knows what it is to be Eric. But I know what it is to be teacher Eric, right? I know what it is to be the redheaded Eric better than all of you, okay? So that is a truth that I was better. So if I say I'm in pain, no one else can say, no, you're not, and be as correct as I am, right? Now, obviously, again, there could be cases, though, where maybe I am wrong about the things I think I know. So, for example, I could be schizophrenic, right? And I could say, oh, I see
people.
Yeah, I see. There's a person right behind me. He's right here, right? And he's smiling and he's happy. I see this. That's my truth, right? And you guys don't. Now, that would be a different thing, right? Let me give you one more example. So, for example, here would be a truth that everyone would know, right? So everyone can see this and watch me drop it, okay? So everyone knows that there was gravity there, right? We experienced gravity together, okay? And so that's not relative, that was objective. So going back into the ethical, right, that you guys are talking about what we should do, okay? There are certain philosophers, or we could even say religious thinkers, but let's say philosophers that spend a lot of time thinking about what is right, okay? And writing and studying about what is right, okay? And so they can write out a conclusion and say, okay, like we talked about in one of my other classes, I think as a philosopher, eating meat is bad. So they may write that down, okay? Eating meat is bad, okay? And so they've thought about it a lot more. Now, what might be controversial, okay, is, for example, you have felt moral things your entire life, right? So you can feel what is right or wrong, okay? So who knows better? Who knows the truth better? You, that feels right and wrong, or the philosopher that studied and also feels what's right or wrong? Does that make sense?
Yeah, but you're talking about, give the example is about gravity, but you're talking about basic true and wrong, true or false things. It's not important. If we are talking about true or false, we need to see the moral limits. The moral limits is important. We have to evaluate the moral limits. If moral limits hurting, damaging society or not. We have to look at the moral limits in this aspect. It's important because basic false and true is not really important. Not like a philosopher said. Philosophers look the moral in the moral aspect, in the moral limits, because you are talking about ethic. Ethic means it's moral rules. Moral
Right,
laws
ethics.
is moral limits. Yeah.
And that again, that's what I'm saying, Wolf, is if a philosopher says, okay, eating meat is wrong morally, right? And for you, that never feels wrong. Is the philosopher right that studied and thought about it maybe more than you have?
Yes, he's wrong.
He's wrong.
He could be. He could be. Yeah. It's relative. I think that in the history, there are some philosophers that use their toolbox, their knowledge, to defend some theses.
Some
That
theses?
are some theses. Yeah, some way of thinking that are only benefiting a group of people. So they were philosophers. They have better knowledge than normal people have. They could use their mind to think things, and they do this kind of thing. Yes, who only benefit a group of people. So I think they are wrong. Yes, I think they are wrong.
Okay.
They may be wrong. They could.
Okay, but okay.
But okay, when philosophers show you truth or wrong, they need to show strong evidence. They need to, convince you, makes you believe. They need to support their idea with strong evidence, because it's in the, if you look at the other way, it's madness, because it's not philosopher. I don't know. I can't find the right words, but yeah.
Okay, so you have to look at their evidence, how they're arguing. So if a philosopher, though, is saying, so you have one philosopher, he's thought about it long and hard and says, what is the right thing to do is what makes the most people happy. And then another philosopher says, listen, the right thing to do is right all the time. It doesn't matter if it makes people happy or not, right? So for example, when we talked about the white lie, right, white lies, so one person may say, you never lie, ever, right? And another philosopher might say, you can lie when it makes people happy, right? So how do we know which of those philosophers is right? Has one gone out and saw the sun, saw reality, and we haven't? Or do we know, have we seen the sun ourselves? I guess is what I'm asking.
Well, from my point of view, there is a difference between, of course, between what's right for you and what's right for everybody. Right. So, of course, there might be something which is right for me, but is not right. And by right, I mean, my point of view is that if something is right, if it is beneficial to the society I live in, okay? So, from my point of view, of course, there might be some things which are right for me, but are not right. You know what I mean? So, and this personally is the meter by which I judge, what people tells me, especially from a philosophical point of view, So that's it.
No, I think that's good. That's good. Okay. Any other thoughts?
One more thing, just I want to say. Okay, look at the electric companies. They encourage you to protect the environment and to green by signing for paperless billing. But why, on the other hand, they continue operating old, outdated, carbon bleaching and burning, damaging the environment. Did you understand which one is wrong, which one is true?
Right, and I guess that's my question: is how should you judge, right? How would you know that your right is the right? Yeah. Let me ask you another question before time's up here. So again, as far as ways of knowing, there are scientists, right, that know certain things better than I do. For example, I believe that there are atoms, right, and I believe that there's different elements and chemicals, right, and certain things. But I only believe that because teachers have told me, scientists have told me, right? I've actually never seen an atom alone, right? I think they're atoms, but I can't see them, right? So I only believe the scientist, right? Again, I believe that the sun, that the Earth revolves around the sun, right? I don't know that for sure because for me it seems like the Earth revolves around the sun. It doesn't feel like the Earth is moving. It looks like the sun is moving, right? So I only trust the scientist, right? There's a difference in a person who experiences or studies it firsthand and then me who just learns it, right? I don't know as much as the scientist, right? So again, how can I trust that I know the truth if I've not gone out and fully experimented or tried? Does that make sense?
Yeah, you can't trust.
I can say by me that I cannot question a philosopher. I have no knowledge to do that. As an IT technology professional, I know many things. I can do many things. I do many things. A philosopher, he knows too much about knowledge, about life, about our development around the history. He knows too much. I cannot question what he's saying is true or not. He knows better than me. I can say by me.
Okay. So again, maybe there's a limit to our knowledge, right? Go ahead.
I think that there is always different opinions, and even though you're not able to find out what is true or not, you can actually read and learn about different point of view, and then make your own opinion based on that. and use the knowledge of these people, of these scientists and all these philosophers to make your own opinion. But obviously, if something is true, a lot of scientists will believe that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're also gonna believe that because everyone is believing that.
Mm-hmm.
But it might not be true actually.
That's
That
good.
doesn't mean it's true.
Yeah, because even if everyone believes it, doesn't mean it's true, right?
Yeah, because you can trust. It's all philosophers and scientists work in universities and schools. Yeah, but in the world reputable. Which is a good reputation. I mean, schools is a good reputation. They finance. A lot of elites and rich families give financial support to these schools, and if because these cultural elites and politicians, they turn every one of their concern into the school subject because they easily manipulate the schools because they financial support. If some philosopher occur in the school and make a point, new philosophy, they try to say truth about his students or her students,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe these cultural elites and I don't know who give support to this school easily fire them because maybe they see his ideas is true, but it's a threat for their uh, own benefit.
Okay, so Wolf, I didn't quite understand what you were saying about the politicians. Could you repeat that?
No, just easily I want to say is you can trust the philosopher because in the United States or another countries there schools
Mm-hmm.
is a good schools like Harvard, Oxford. They
Right.
supported in rich families, is a powerful families.
Mm-hmm.
Because if philosopher going to give a lessons, maybe philosopher going to tell the truth, the moral things, what he has to do, but it's damaging the cultural elites and damaging the politicians, the policy. People see this philosophy like a threat for them because damaging their benefits. And they easily suck them from the school because this philosopher really doesn't have power to stay in the school because these families run the schools. They give the financial support and other I don't know who's politicians or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I hope I make myself clear. Did you understand what I said?
I think. Let me try and say that back. And are you saying that that maybe we can believe certain people if they don't have they don't gain anything from sharing the truth, and other people have that they can gain by sharing their opinion? Is that what you're saying, or am I wrong?
No, kind of. It's okay. Just I mean, you can say the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You can be a philosopher,
Mm-hmm.
but you couldn't easily influence people because you don't have a power to influence people.
Gotcha.
Okay, maybe you are right. You are
Mm-hmm.
saying truth, but you don't have a power.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
Imagine yourself. You are working in the school. Yeah, you are working in the university, in
Mm-hmm.
one of the good university in the United States, like Harvard, for example. You give a lesson, but this Harvard is a rich families. The rich families give a support to Harvard.
Mm-hmm.
If you give speech against these families' policies, this school's administration easily suck you. You can't explain yourself because these families take your ideas like a threat for their future policy.
I didn't understand the whole thing that he said, but I'll try to use an opposite example. that states that not only because people are not supported, they can say better things. For example, I like philosophy sometimes. As I talk, may seem that I don't like. No, I like. I think they are too much important for society. But there in the history, you can see, for example, a philosopher called Heidegger. He's a Germany, and he supported Nazi, and he's a very, very respectable philosopher, you know. So philosophers try to separate things. One thing was his political opinion, and the other, he as a philosopher. But it's a very controversial, you know.
No, for sure, for sure. Yeah, okay, I think going with the two things, yeah. So I think on one hand, yeah, so you might have, for example, Karl Marx, right? He was a philosopher, right? And Adam
Smith.
There you go, thank you. Adam Smith, right? Okay, these are perfect. Yeah, they're coming to different conclusions, both philosophers, both thinkers, right? But different economic conclusions about what we should do with money, right? And again, it's harder which one we trust. But then going back to Wolf, I think you have a good point, though. Your power to share the truth can be dependent on where you're at. So like you said, if you're at a university, right, where they might not support you sharing a certain opinion, you can get fired, right? And then you have less power to share something. So maybe, for example, let's just pretend the truth is not relative, right? That people just have opinion. Maybe there is someone that knows the absolute truth about the world. They know every answer to what the meaning of life is and to how we ought to live and what we ought to do, but maybe they don't have the power to share that with us, right? Maybe they're off in some abandoned village with maybe a couple people and they have no access to the internet, right? So again, that maybe truth does not mean power, right?
If he really powerful, I mean, like you said, he run the world. Doesn't need anyone to explain the truth, because he knows everything. He easily run the world. I mean, he has capability to
Well,
run.
historically, if there is a truth which is not mainstream, eventually it will be accepted. It's not really a fact of how fast you can express the truth or send the truth away to the world, but eventually it will get there. So I don't know if that's really the point. It's.
No, I think that's a good point, Fabio. Is certain things, I guess, rise to the top, right?
Yeah.
So especially in the sciences, right?
It
Science,
is. I mean, it's a Darwinian process, So it's again, it doesn't really matter if I can, tell my truth in Harvard or in a deserted village in Africa. Historically, I mean, as far as we know, eventually the truth will pop up. Will come up, and that's there is a good example which Richard Feynman, which is not a philosopher, but was a physics, is said about things which are active and boiling, and he made that example, if you have a pot of water with mud in it and you apply heat under it, eventually the water molecules which are more active, they go up to the surface and they evaporate. So the more active molecules, they go in the air and they find a better future, while the mud stays there. Which actually it is a very good point. How some companies work. That the more active people, they just leave, and and everybody else is stuck in the mud. So from this point of view, again, I'm not really sure. I tend to agree more with Koji. That. It doesn't really matter, where you spread the truth. What really matters is how true is your truth. You know what I mean? So.
No, I think this is good. This is good. Okay, you guys. excellent discussion today. I personally, I enjoyed it. This was good. We're coming to the end of the class. I'm going to go ahead and share my Facebook page. If you guys have any suggestions for me about maybe class ideas or ways I can improve, let me know. Any last thoughts?
It's
Only
one
tell
more
us the
thing.
truth.
Tell us the truth.
Very nice class. Yeah.
I actually never took any class philosophy since high school, but I think it was really interesting. And if it's every week, I'll definitely come back.
Yeah, just I try and do a couple. I will be teaching tomorrow. Yeah, I'm teaching tomorrow, and then I should be teaching at least one class Sunday, and then I'm going to put my schedule together for next week. So,
Yeah, I just want to give you a which might be good, for your career. I don't know, for your study, stuff like that. The Plato's Cave reverse example, which you can find in the. I don't know if you've seen the Clockwork Orange, the movie.
no, I need to.
Well, okay, you got to see that. There is a scene in where the guy, which I can't remember for the sake of me, was Alex, is subjected to see motions and pictures, and they stick stuff in the eyes, and is forced to see that like that. So that's the reverse Plato cave example.
Okay, good. Where they make him see the truth. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. You guys, thank you for coming. You guys were awesome. I will see you guys later.
Take care.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks
you.
a lot.